All right, welcome back to the Pirate 101 campaign, everyone. And I don't think we actually did decide who's doing the recap, so it's a mystery to me, it's a mystery to you, and
Mystery
speak
to
now.
everyone.
I guess I'll do it, it's fine. So last time we finished up the Armada battle that we had and landed in Sevilla and had a reunion with the Resistance members and handed over the flagship to them to use against the Armada in the future, hopefully to slow them down and give us time to see what we can accomplish in Dragonspire to try and reach. Um, I forgot the name again. Anyway, to try and get the black shards, shard crystals. On our way to on our when we wanted to set out, Rodolfo joined our party. Essentially, he said he would like to join our crew, and we set off to Dragonspire with a pretty bad roll at the start, but we after the reroll we were on our way. During the travel in the spiral, we didn't really encounter any problems. We found some treasure that we split. But when we got into Dragonspire, we found a world that's very much superheated to a point. And almost immediately we encountered some young dragons on our way to the Basilica that we decided would be our first approach because we probably couldn't get into the main citadel without any help. We had a quick combat with them where we managed to disable them and have them plummet into the sky barrier. And after we escaped, we got to the Basilica where we found several doors of the academy that was set up there, enchanted by arcane lock spells that would prevent us from getting in there without magical help. We first got into the room that was the library. We found some crystals that were recording the events from the past, where there was a lecture about pyromancy and some of the other things that were stored in the academy. But we noticed a strange book that was later on revealed to be the Necronomicon in the corner of one of the images. After that, we got into we had some confusion, but we got into the room with the teleportation circle. We disabled the trap that was set up there with a glyph of warding that would teleport us somewhere where we don't know what it is. We have a list of teleportation destinations with sequences of the glyphs. And after that, we got into the third room, where behind the main mural in the room, there was a hidden crystal with another recording in it. But when Quin tried to exit the room with the crystal, it triggered a glyph of warding that we couldn't dispel at that point, and he was almost banished. But we ended the session there before we found out what was in the crystal.
All right. Yeah, go ahead and take your reroll for the session. You may need it, you may not. And do you want me to just tell you what's on the crystal right away, or You want to prepare yourselves a bit.
Well, we were kind of looking. What do you mean by that?
All right. So as you peer into the replay crystal, you hear the wheezing of a man running without breath. The tip of a book that looks like it is made of both bark and skin is jostling in and out of view, with the crystal that you hold in your hands now clutched in the other hand of this figure. Dragons are roaring overhead as he passes through a warded door into a lower sanctum, leaving the fountain and streets of Dragonspire behind, with the sounds of defeat echoing behind him. He spends little time to regain his stamina, and he begins to whisper to the crystal. If I'm successful, I'll soon reach the Basilica from inside the Academy with the Necronomicon. Our prestigious valedictorians, Sylvia and Malister, were decoding its strange passages, and took it from a book of death and curses to one that boasts the most powerful secrets of life and death magic the Spiral has ever known, allowing for the potential of life to find ways to renew itself. She has already extended her lifespan to match that of the elves using their research, and I pray they escape our fallen world, save it be to the spiders. And he continues going through passageways, and this time forced to stop to catch his breath for a little bit. And he opens another well-defended door of powerful magics, opening to a small room with a ring in the middle, and doesn't even stop as he gets onto the teleportation circle and casts this spell. And then once he's inside the Basilica, which you can tell it's the room that you've already opened and propped open with the immovable rod, he says, this book is too powerful for anyone from the outside to know it exists, or rather, what it has become. There is one who hounds it, the Epoch Worm. He spoke ear to nobles, students, and warriors alike to try to gain access to this book as Tallow and Windfall began to bring out its potential. I alone have deterred these efforts and spoke to the creature only once. He told me the book would fall into unworthy hands if I did not give it to him, and offered to show me how to save my people from a coming disaster if I did. I refused. I know that any present experience can alter all futures. No plan survives first contact with reality. In the end, Vladimir sought the Necronomicon and decided to sow chaos by letting in the Dragon Titan's armies from our outer defenses, using a secret teleportation circle he had created to carry out a stealth incursion. The accursed traitor I have slain with my own hands, and I only barely secured this artifact from him. If you have found this artifact, you will soon find the Epoch Worm as well. Do not listen to the one from beyond the spiral. Beware the name Kronos. And the message ends.
Daelen just like awkwardly turns around, expecting it to happen again.
Yeah, there's no small dragon near you.
Okay, good.
Okay. So Faris, it sounds like your parents already knew about this thing, and
Yeah.
I don't think it takes a genius to figure out what your dad's gonna try to do with it.
Yeah, I know. I had a bad feeling about that thing when we met it.
Curious exactly what we're so worried about that dragon doing with it, though. I guess that's kind of neither here nor there. I think the fact that, well, I assume Malister has it now. That's probably a bigger concern.
Yeah. It just makes me wonder what happened here, though. Because it seems like, who's Vladimir, right? Is the name we heard.
Yeah, he's the guy that let them in.
Yeah, it's and if I'm correct, Vladimir was the master, so to speak, of this place, right?
No, Vladimir was the guy who consorted with the Dragon Titan's armies to bring down Dragonspire, essentially.
Right.
You don't know who the guy who created this replay crystal is.
Yeah.
You heard a recording from another guy who was a professor of pyromancy, but this guy did not have the same voice.
And the one we saw, well, about like 20, 30 minutes ago, that seemed more academical, right? That crystal we saw there.
Yeah, and they weren't really focused on the Necronomicon. Like, it was there, but it didn't seem as important.
Well, this guy was clearly running, or whoever it was.
Yeah, and remember last time we went to the secret hole behind the one of the bookcases, it was already gone when you went looking for it. The Necronomicon, I mean.
Okay, so either this guy has it or my old man has it.
Remind me, how long ago did Dragonspire fall?
80 years.
Okay.
And there's no way of determining that through the replay crystal. It's not like playing all 19s, 20s, old timey.
You know that he had to have secured the Necronomicon before Dragonspire fell because there was still water present.
Okay, so this replay crystal is at least 80 years old.
Yeah. Well, actually, you could pretty much say no. It is almost exactly 80 years old because the fight was going on behind him in the crystal.
Yeah. I don't know if this guy is still alive, but
if he was a human, probably not.
But we saw him go into the teleportation circle room, and did we see what specific one he went to? It was probably the academy, but
his destination was here at the Basilica.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess, Devin, you can give me a history check to see if you might have recognized something you've heard about the different locations in Dragonspire growing up.
Okay. I will give myself a guidance so that I am not making a straight roll. I am not good at these. Yeah, that's a 10.
Yeah, you're not able to figure out exactly which location it's from.
Did specifically... Hold on, didn't he say something about retrieving the Necronomicon from the Academy?
Yes, actually, you're correct. Actually, just because you have the replay crystal and can just watch it as much as you want, I'm just gonna dump it in the chat.
Yeah, the other thing we
feels like I'm playing a Phoenix Wright game. Hold it on that third one.
Well, if I'm hearing this right, sounds like Darkmoor was the one place he was hoping they didn't end up, and they did.
Rodolfo will just kind of put his hand on his sword and say, "Well, if your folks did go to dark, I've seen humans in strange places. They've been to different schools of magic. This school, they had a magic school here. It makes sense if some fled towards some of the 3 remaining schools, though I imagine anyone going to Avalon would have a bad time." He'll also say, "Actually, curious thing. You sounded like you knew this dragon this man spoke of."
Oh, didn't we tell you about that? We asked you about it.
I don't-
before we left.
You asked us about it, and we didn't know anything about it. They said we might learn more about it here, but it sounds like you have a personal history.
Oh, I
We've
think we were
met once.
we were in Avalon, I think it was. And we it got us to kill funny enough, another dragon just to get a banner, and he got us out of Avalon. It was kind of like a transaction.
Do you remember who created this banner?
No, it was a long time ago.
Yeah, if you want, I'll let you guys make a history check, because it was like 6+ months ago in game time.
Yeah.
Hey, Quin, could you do that?
Yeah, that's
Hey,
kind of what I
Quinn.
was thinking.
Quinn, you have a +11.
It was related to the war, but I don't remember.
I think it was the.
Quinn got a 24.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So Quinn is able to recall that the banner was from Mushu, and that Kronos had said that this dragon had come here after killing them, gone to Avalon after killing the Mushans.
Yeah.
Kronos
I
himself
remember that.
did that? Or no?
No, the
the
dragon
fairy
that you
dragon.
slew.
Yeah. Mushu made it? I say to Rodolfo.
Yeah. Rodolfo will kind of nod and say, "We had heard that they were involved in the war to some degree, but it seems like whatever that thing was wanted revenge." Now this Kronos fellow, that it is curious that he would want an artifact like that.
Yeah, I don't even think we ever really found out what it did.
It sounded like he took it beyond the spiral.
Whatever that means.
And then Catbeard will say, "He did appear rather quickly after we got it. Do you think he wanted us to know what it did?"
Wait, were you here when we got it?
Well, he must have been. He knows about it.
Yeah.
Well, you see, sometimes you guys also.
Were you reading
like
my
to talk
journal?
Things? No, no.
You're just
Especially not while
pretending you're there?
wrestling the chest monster.
Yeah, but anyway, continue that thought. he was going off awful fast after the fact?
Well, what I mean is, it sounded like he didn't give you time to really discover what it could do.
No, he just kind of said, give it to me, and we gave it to him, and then he got us out of Avalon.
Just peculiar to me.
Are you here, Coronos? Are you spying on us?
Doesn't look like it.
Okay. Well, do you think we should go to the academy at this point? Or do we want to assess what's kind of going on here?
I'm not sure there's anything else we can do here at the Basilica.
Yeah.
And there's, that one room, but
Yeah, it seems a little cadaverific in there.
Well, do we know anything about the academy? Should we be worried when we teleport there?
Well, I know absolutely nothing about it, but...
Well, we know that the Citadel fell to the Draconian army, so bear in mind we would be going into their fortress. We wouldn't have to go over their wall, but we would still be behind enemy lines.
So...
also, I don't think we'd have a way out.
Well,
I do-
assumedly... Yeah.
I do have the plane shift, but it might not work. It's a way out. But one, it may not work, and two, it's once we're out, we're like kind of in another plane.
Assumedly, if we can even use the teleportation circle in the first place, there's probably another circle in there, but I guess we don't know that.
Yeah, the Basilica did have the combinations written to 4 locations listed there.
Where
Yeah.
does it have... Where do those lead to?
One is the Athenaeum, one is Dragonspire Academy, one is the Necropolis, and one is the Plaza of Conquests.
And those...
Dragonspire Academy is the only one of those names I recognize.
And are they all inside here, or is it somewhere else? The others?
You don't know.
Yeah. We have only one shot with it. Do we need any sort of rest before we go into there?
Well, do we want to go into there? Do we expect to... I mean... what do we expect to accomplish if we go there?
Well, I thought the whole point of coming here was, well, my dad was here, trying to summon the Titan, and, well, there's not many places he could be, but these other locations present other, the other place. I thought he was in the academy, but there are...
Well, the only place that he could be is on the Great Spire. If he's waking the Titan, as you've said, that is where the Titan is.
So, the academy.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's where we're gonna try and go then, if...
Yeah,
there aren't any objections to that.
my instincts is either go there or get into the room with corpses to maybe find some other clue, but don't know how good of a plan that is.
Okay, let's raise of hands. Who wants to go into the room with the dead bodies that are probably going to spring up and probably attack us?
Probably not, but
I
Again,
wasn't saying
like,
that to
there's-
slight you. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, come on. It's gonna happen. I know it.
yeah. So I guess we're heading for the academy. I don't think any of the other locations are specifically leading us to anywhere.
But like I said, if we're gonna go there, we should. If we need a rest, if anyone needs a rest, we should probably do it before we go into there. But I think I'm down a few dispel magics, but I'm pretty good. But I don't know if that fight with the dragons took more out of everyone else.
I'm still not fully recovered from it.
Yeah.
Well, do you want me to take back the immovable rod and shut us in this room and rest a bit?
You know, it'd be pretty safe if that was the case. We could do that if you guys want to rest.
I don't see anything getting us in here anyway. This place is deserted.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's do it.
We have the ship bottled, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So go ahead and consume and roll, but you'll get the benefits of a long rest.
Is it 2 per person? What was it?
Yeah.
So
That
61 -1 because of Quin, and then
Yeah.
minus the other 2 have their own
yeah,
thing.
and you don't have to worry about the NPCs.
Yep. Okay, cool.
Right. So should I record my own rations, or did you nix them off?
I pulled 9 from the boat sheet, unless you want to use your own.
Okay, I'll just let you do that then. Okay.
Now you just have to do the roll part.
I will go to Crescent Moon. All right, who's rolling?
Doc
It's
is the
me.
first.
75.
75. All right. Well, you're free to do what you want to do today.
Okay, well, I think we're gonna use this teleportation circle scroll to go to Dragonspire Academy.
Just to be clear, I'm taking back the immovable rod.
Okay. Yeah, I'll assume that you
I
got
will-
the goodies back and stuff.
I will also apply a mage armor scroll onto myself.
All right. And you go to the academy?
Yeah, that's where I'm gonna make the destination with the downright 8 start combination.
All right. You're inside the academy. And you appear back in one of these similar rooms that you saw before, although this time what used to be a well-guarded and sealed door, one of the doors is torn off, and the other one just kind of has a lot of holes in it, and it looks like a battle of some kind took place here.
All right. We look at the replay crystal. Is this the room that he teleported from to the basilica?
Yes.
Okay.
You could probably like reverse your way out around the hallways to find your way out of the complex as well.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking there.
Yeah, you CSI your way back through it as you rewind it. And unlike when he went in, there's still that beautiful ash smog and sulfur in the air. And you can see a few thousand feet off to the side and downwards is the first wall. And then behind you is the greater wall, and there's a terrace and a large structure that is the seemingly only path to continue up the spire. But you're otherwise in a courtyard of what appears to have used to have been a school.
So it's looking like up is kind of the way to go.
Yeah. Oh, I will also point out, the moment you set foot in this area, you began to start to feel a bit of a drain while you're here. Like, there's just something not right about this area. It doesn't feel safe. Not necessarily like you think there's people going to jump you, but just something more, I guess, spiritual in nature is not safe here.
I think up is the only way to go, though, right?
It's like it.
There's no, like, elevator. Okay, well, stairs it is.
I hate stairs.
All right. Someone give me a perception check.
Okay.
Me, pick me.
Me too, me. Pick me.
What do your cat eyes see, Max?
They see a 21.
So you are able to spot that there are some draconians waiting. There's like stairs that go up towards this building I described earlier that more or less blocks the way to go up the mountain, and there's some draconians hanging out there on top of these walls.
Oh, geez.
Probably have to cut past them. By which I mean through them. Does it look like there's a way to circumvent them?
From your vantage point, Max, there are some places that you might be able to take some cover, but you'd have to get a little close to lava if you wanted to use the wall to block their vision of you.
What do they look like?
I'm just gonna give me a second here. Why describe it when I can just be lazy?
Draconians are kind of like half dragons, I think. I don't know.
They look similar to Devin. The difference is that they have wings attached to them. But these are some of the guys you're seeing hanging out there, and they more or less have that same stance. They look like they're just waiting for someone. They even like lick the blade of their daggers in anticipation.
Ew.
Ah,
Is
yes,
there-
the The edgy.
Is there... So there's lava, right?
Yes.
Is it producing any sort of smoke?
Not really, because it's not like burning anything.
Okay.
Almost like they're waiting for something.
What do I have here? Okay. Can I use a bonus action to give the Staff of Seasons to put it into autumn mode as the orange and yellow leaves kind of swirl around it?
Yeah, you can do that.
And I want to use 2 charges of it to cast Pass Without a Trace.
All right. So that's a +10 to everyone's stealth checks.
Yes.
I will point out, you can't see beyond the stairs that these guys are like guarding. It continues to go upwards from there. Just kind of before you commit to that.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
but,
if there's someone up there and they see you, they see you.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So, could you maybe scout ahead, Max, before we do that?
Sure.
All right, so there's a like I guess a small there's like a tree nearby with like dead leaves and things. They're kind of like white and husky, like it absorbed something nasty, but you can get up there to get a better look at the area. And this is what you see. Okay, check Owlbear.
Yeah.
Okay, where are the... Oh, these are the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Target acquired.
Oh, by the way, you see Meowiarty.
Yeah, target acquired.
Is he, like, doing anything?
He seems to be conversing with this Savak, and you can just barely see back there that there's a book that you think you've seen before, and then he closes the door.
The book was just kind of sitting there?
It was floating there.
Huh.
No hands.
And he just kind of put it in a closet? Or
No, it was already there. Like this is the door to continue up to the Great Spire.
Okay. Well, if Max is going to come back.
Yeah.
Okay, what's our plan of attack here? Are we going to fight these guys to the death, or are we just going to try and get past them?
I don't really see any way we can really get past them necessarily. I mean, the only way up has a giant guy in front of it, and there are a bunch of guys in the way. We could try to get into position to maybe take one of them out preemptively, but that's about it. Unless we've got something fancier we can pull off.
Unless you have a charming way of convincing them that Moriarty is against them, but
Yeah. Well, I don't know anything about these guys, so it's kind of hard to, you know, craft anything to deceive them. Yeah, it's looking like we've got just a fighting on our hands here.
we can utilize the spell you cast to at least get some advantage on it. Cough, cough. But yeah.
Let's see what else this rod I have can do. Passes at a train. It's a spike growth. That's kind of cool.
Well, these guys can kind of fly. I'm not sure if something on the ground's going to do much against them.
Right.
Well, maybe they can fly. I don't know.
Well,
They look like they can fly.
Yeah, they have wings. What's Sleet Storm do? Does that do anything in the air? I don't think so.
No, it covers the ground, and like people need a lot of movement to go through it, pretty much. But it's very big.
Okay.
It also, if I'm not mistaken or confusing it with another spell, it really screws with concentration.
Yeah, it does.
Okay. Well,
Yep. If you fall prone, yeah.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Well, I don't really have a plan here. So, do you want to just jump out and shoot them?
Might be our only option.
I think I'll make Max invisible at least, so he can get into any spot he
Okay.
wants.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me try. And Max is gonna say the word for the magic word for invisibility, and he goes invisible all by himself.
Oh, okay.
All right. I think we should pick a target here, though, too. Who are we gonna take out?
Well, obviously, I want to go after Moriarty, but I understand the need for, being tactical in this situation.
Yeah,
Want me to just climb up there and try to shank one of the guys on the wall?
Well... it would be so wonderful if we could just get over to that area instead, so we don't have to deal with the guys on the wall.
Well, I mean, I can do that.
But yeah, I can vortex warp, but it'd be one at a time. But yeah, that won't work. But we need a way to get Quin and Devin over there to, start bashing that big silver guy or Moriarty.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to go up against both of those guys at once. I could probably take Moriarty. I might be able to take Moriarty myself, but definitely not with all those guys around him.
Yeah. Also say Moriarty, you know those flowers you've put in your suit? He had a very exquisite one, and it had little vines wrapping around him.
Okay, wait. I think I got something cooking here. What if I vortex warp Quin up there and he just starts throwing those guys off into the lava?
I can
could
vortex
work.
warp another person if you needed me to.
If we could get both Quin and Devin up there, they could probably do a number on those guys.
Do you have a way of pushing people, Devin?
Yeah. And it's definitely not my strong suit.
All right. I will, if you have a way, then I say the two of you get up there on either side, just dunk them in there. And I'll try and protect you if they try to do the same to you.
Gotcha.
And I think we're just going to try and, the rest of us will just try and rush up the stairs once you clear that. Well, we'll be going while you clear that.
Yeah. So I guess the plan is Faris Vortex Warps Devin to one of the walls, Daelen Vortex Warps Quin on top of the other wall. And yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, and then we just kind of, we'll see what happens.
All right.
Where do you want me to position myself?
Maybe don't go for them first. Maybe try and go for that guy standing right there.
All right.
Yeah.
So, let's see here. It looks like he is he on top of this lion statue?
He's behind it.
He's behind it. Okay.
And I'll also point out, you guys have a severe height disadvantage here as far as like seeing him over there goes.
Yeah.
Not Max.
Yeah, that's why like Max would probably get in position up there once everything gets into plan.
Well, Max, make a stealth check.
Okay. Do I have the pass without a trace from before, or do I gotta roll normal?
It's normal because we're probably not doing that
Okay.
yet. Or wait, do we want advantage on initiative? Because then I could totally do that.
Yeah, that's why I was said like you could maybe do that if you want.
Yeah, I'll drop it immediately, but you know.
You're just gonna use Plat for that. Well, also you can only like come into this with like one spell like free, ready to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Right.
And these guys aren't gonna be like surprised or anything. They are literally looking for a fight.
Okay.
Anyway, my stealth is 24. I think. Yeah,
23.
24.
Okay.
24 because I forgot to do the +1
Okay.
from the lucky stone.
All right. Are you going on the statue?
Yeah, I'm positioned on the statue.
Okay.
Like looking down at this guy.
You're 20 feet up. Yeah, you see these. But
Is there anything else I can see from this higher vantage point?
seems like these were the only two guys who were hiding.
All right. And is this right here level with over here?
No, this wall and this statue are 20 feet above the ground level here.
Okay.
So this area
So
here
this
is ground level.
This is -20. This is 0.
Yeah.
This is 20. Okay.
Yeah.
What are
And-
these
Yeah, we're
areas?
up here.
These walls here are ground level, but it's 20 feet higher from where you're going to be
Right.
starting.
Right.
Basically, yeah, 20 feet, normal, another 20 feet.
And 10 feet to fall into lava from ground level.
Rodolfo and Catbeard, can you do anything interesting for an ambush?
Rodolfo can cast Longstrider.
Is that like only on one person?
It's not concentration, so if you wanted to dump all of his long striders before it begins, you could.
Yeah, there's 2 per day.
Okay. I say he does that on Quin and Devin.
Yeah, we'll have Rodolfo cast Longstrider on both of them.
All right.
So we can set up multiple spells as long as they're not concentration.
Yeah. Like,
Let's-
I'll let you more or less like do one spell before you officially begin combat.
Okay. I think my priority would probably be Bless. I'll put that on myself, Quinn. I'm trying to think who the next best person would be to put it on, or if I should upcast it. My inclination is to just put it on Rodolfo.
That's kind of what my first gut instinct would be.
Rodolfo's mostly melee, so
Well, he only gets one attack, so it's important to make sure that one attack hits.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
Also
don't
help
have
with the
long
save.
striders, so it's champion now.
I just have it noted on my character sheet.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's another one I gotta add now, okay.
Alright.
Alright.
Alright. And with that, are you guys ready to go?
Yeah, so I think
Yeah.
Daelen and I are gonna vortex warp Quin on either side of this.
Yeah.
Where are we gonna put him in between, or I say there so the other guy can't hit him, potentially. He could probably
Potentially, but yeah.
Well, if you put us next to each other, I have the protection fighting style, and Quinn has his marking, so we
Synergize.
can basically give all attacks against either one of us disadvantage.
fly. Okay. I just worry about the other ones that will probably attack us.
Right.
I think what Quinn does is he knocks him prone with his shield and then just kicks him in there.
Kind of an awkward position to be trying to shove from.
Yeah, strangely enough, Max might have an easier time pushing them into lava.
I forgot to put up telepathic bond, so I can't tell him that.
Well, he's got his eye on you guys. If you want Thieves' Cant to him instructions, he's there.
Well, I don't think we can see you from here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
I don't
so
know. I'm like an additional 20 feet up on the statue.
Oh yeah, fair point.
okay, so where do we want to put everyone?
Yeah, more or less. In
I-
order to leave blue box, you must spend a vortex word.
Yeah, it just
Um,
I guess choose how you want to be. Do you want to be split up with Quinn, or do you want to be?
Yeah.
Is there something special we have to do to get from here to here? Because can we pass
nah.
through here?
Nah, it's like flush. You don't have to like
Okay.
jump over anything.
Okay.
Yeah, roll it at advantage, Quill,
Okay.
because
I guess you're
What?
probably gonna go first.
Let's see. That is a 25.
Goodness.
you mean 24?
No, 25. I've got a +6 because of the lucky stone.
Oh, he's powerful. I always forget that thing.
Okay. I'll leave it to your decision, Devin, because
I think maybe putting us in here, and then that kind of gives the rest of the party a little bit of breathing room to hopefully deal with these guys. So these guys seem to be armed with those daggers, right? They don't have any other weapons on hand, as far as we can see.
No.
They probably have a breath weapon, would be my guess. But if we can get up here, that might be our best bet. And then you guys will maybe be in a better position to deal with these two.
all right, sounds like a plan. Is there any other buffs that I want to get going?
So, just to make sure I've got this right, Devin and Quinn are gonna handle these guys, and everyone else is gonna try to handle these guys before they swoop over and try to cause problems, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. In that case, if Max goes right here and is clinging onto the side of the statue, would he remain hidden from everyone over here if he were to shoot at one of these guys once they start trying to go over here?
Like on the tail.
You would just have cover. Like they would hear the guy die.
Okay.
Because they're gonna hear a Or, you know, if you don't kill them, they'll definitely just haul you out.
Alright.
Alright.
I mean, if you one-shots, I might say it'd be possible to stealth kill.
I guess while we're preparing, I'll just get the cannon going, so I save up on the action or something.
Yeah. Okay.
The main thing, of course, is like if you kill him and he falls in the lava or something, that's gonna be pretty obvious because there's gonna be very low
that's
sizzle.
what I mean. Like, if Max Ace is one of these guys, I just don't see it how he's not falling off.
Probably like a scream and a.
Alright,
Especially lava is
so
violent.
I'm trying to think how I want to do this because Max himself is kind of squishy. So I'm trying to think if I want to wait for these guys to start coming over here, and then Max snipes one of them when they try to like hit Devin or Quin.
They're probably gonna go for us because we're
Yeah.
gonna probably be running.
You can
Okay.
maybe wait for these guys to take a turn and then like do whatever, like ready an action and
Yeah,
wait
that's
for these
a
guys.
good guy. I'll wait for these guys. I'll wait for these guys to take their turn, and then I'll shoot the gold guy.
Okay.
All right. And then I'm gonna be right back. I'll be back as fast as possible.
Okay. And then, yeah, I guess when you're ready, just roll for initiative at advantage, because I'm not really sure when you guys are ready to go. Alright, now I get to roll my dice.
Rodolfo has +3 dex.
I'm doing cat beard.
Guy.
There's nothing special going on with Catbeard's like initiative, right? It's
No, he just
+3.
has the +3.
Dang.
Alright, I think you saw that one. Oh, this guy didn't do so.
And neither did that guy.
Did you get the last one?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
I think I accidentally overwrote Daelen's.
Oh, you did. Yeah. No, I meant 13.
Oh, okay, I guess that was somebody else you were wrong.
Yeah. 16 is for Rodolfo, yeah.
Sure.
So yeah, I guess we start combat by teleporting Quin and Devin, so they're probably here, and then Miara already takes his turn or something.
Yep, go ahead, put yourselves there, and then... And then, interesting. Yeah, Meowie already just kind of hears this vocal component go off, and he says, "Well, someone was bound to try to break through the keep. I'm curious to see if it's one of those pesky Marleybonians, or if his son is truly as tenacious and stupid as he thinks he is." And he is going...
Technically both.
Did he just call me stupid?
Yeah.
Alright, and then Meowiarty is going to move here and take the dodge action.
Sure about that, or would he be ready in action? Actually, no, yeah, he would definitely.
Yeah. And then we move on to Max's turn.
I believe he was just gonna...
So your held action does not go off because you've gone before these guys. You have a full turn to take.
He's BRB,
Oh,
I
he
think.
still is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just have him ready in action to do that. Like, wait for these guys
Yeah.
to take a turn.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
That's what he wanted to do.
Effectively, his held action is still held.
Yeah, to just shoot this guy when after all of these take a turn. These three.
Okay.
All right. Then... yeah, Meowiarty is going to continue to move forward then, and his dodge action, I believe, is still active, right? Or is it just until the end of your turn?
Good question.
It's until the start of your next turn, so yeah, he's still dodge actioning. All right, and then this. Yeah, well, I know what this thing is gonna do. All right, and then I guess I can actually... hold on, let's show the initiative order. I forgot to reveal that. All right, and so these guys are also going to be holding their actions. And then we get over to these guys. So this one's going to get up to Quin, and they're both going to make attacks against you guys.
Okay.
All right, time to pull out the
What was that, Doc?
physical.
I thought I heard Doc say something.
I said okay.
Oh, okay.
I will use my reaction to impose disadvantage on the attacks against Quin.
All right.
All right. I'll go ahead and roll Quin's. Or the one against Quin.
Okay, the other guy will just make his attacks against you. Quin can't do anything against that until he is marked.
With the disadvantage.
That is a 17 on his highest die. I believe that means they all miss you.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
so-
Quin. Oh, that's cocked as it fell off. That. Okay, first rolls his modifier. That first one's not hitting. And second one will not hit either.
All right.
He didn't get
well,
anything higher than a 10.
These two tried to hide in the bushes and they failed. All right, so this one is going to glide over here, hit the ground, and then he's going to start taking his actual movement. Then he's going to have to dash, so he's going to get right up in your face there.
Oh my god.
And then this one is going to follow suit. And that's as far as he can get. And yeah, I think he likes that position there. And that is the end of the Capac's turns, and we move on to Rodolfo.
Alright, Rodolfo can make one attack against the guy.
Blessed.
Yep.
18.
Okay, yep, that'll hit.
Oh, sorry, 20.
Oh, yeah, it still definitely hits.
I was looking at spellcasting, sorry. Yep.
Go ahead and roll that damage.
Okay. 18 damage.
Nice.
And then he's gonna just move a little bit up here. That's his turn, I think.
All right, and then we move to Quin.
Okay. Quin is okay. So, what are the rules for rotating a grappled creature around yourself? So basically, I want to.
I think it would still
grapple
cost
this guy.
movement to rotate him.
Yeah,
Okay.
isn't it just like 5? Didn't we say it was 5 feet before? I don't remember.
That
Usually-
is
usually
fine
road-
by-
Usually moving
Mhm.
a creature when you're grappling them is like double movement. So
okay,
probably just
That's totally fine. We are going to attempt to grapple this guy then. So that is going to
Okay.
be either a strength or a dex save.
Okay, well, he's gonna choose his dex.
you rolling it or
I'm back.
welcome back.
Uh,
That's going to be a
what's the DC?
Trying to figure that out. Let's see.
Well, I guess.
What does strength?
What is your
For
spell
us,
save DC,
DC
Faris?
The DC is
Using your
16.
strength.
Yeah. Yeah. Then he would pass.
Okay, we'll try it again with our other attack.
All right,
Okay.
and then we'll roll. Then natural 20s out in the open.
Ugh.
Yeah. He's too fast.
slippery.
Okay. We'll go bonus action for Tunnel Fighter.
All right.
All right. And then we move on to Daelen's turn.
Alright, Daelen can't really fight in the area here. I think I'm going to try moving here and then using the cannon to try and push this guy, so it's a disadvantage here. Well, actually, I'll have the cannon move up here. He can make an opportunity attack if he wants to.
Cannon.
I don't think he will actually.
And now I think it's got other things to use this for.
Yeah, okay, then the cannon will try to shoot him.
Okay.
25.
Yep, that definitely hits.
He takes 14 force damage and is pushed 5 feet. Okay. And then I will cast... I will cast, I think, Chromatic Orb at 2nd level. And I will try to hit the same guy, I think.
Okay.
Oh, that's a 2.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think that misses. I don't have anything here.
That will.
Okay.
Miss.
I will. Okay, it's still attached, but yeah, I will just move, and that'll be my turn.
All right.
Back here.
Yep. In that case, Faris, you're up.
All right. I will begin running. Okay, wait. I know what to do here. I'm going to pull out. I'm gonna pull out 3 gold coins, and I'm going to animate them and animate the lion. It's large, right?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Hold up, I need to find it. What are the defaults? Thank you.
Alright, and
I
there's
just couldn't find him here.
3 coins.
So you've animated this stone lion.
Yeah, I've got like 3 coins here.
Money.
Oh, you animated them too.
Yeah,
Yep.
so it equals 5. And the coins are gonna go over and attack him. Well, this guy is gonna go over here and just try and throw him. I guess it's just gonna try and grapple him.
All right. I guess this thing would have like a save DC of like.
It would have 3. It's my proficiency, which is what is it? What's my proficiency? What's our proficiency right now?
+4.
All right, so it would have 7 plus 8. It had 15.
Okay. Ooh,
Okay.
rolling hot with those saves.
Yeah, it only makes 1 attack, but these guys are just gonna attack the K-Pac.
All right.
Right.
3d20. I think only one of those hits.
Yeah, probably. What's the modifier and
have
then with
your-
the 7?
My spell attack modifier, so it's like plus 8 right now.
I think it would hit.
Or no, it's plus 9. Sorry.
Yeah, that would hit.
+9 would hit.
Two hit.
Yeah, the 7. All right. So then, what's the small ones do? A D4 plus 3 plus spellcasting modifier, so plus 8. So 2d4 plus 16. Bing, bang, boom. 21 force damage.
Nice. As he just starts getting pelted with coins.
They're like just hammering them with their new arms.
Like the little coal things. And
I imagine the
Spirited
arms
Away.
look like on the birds with arms are hilarious video.
Just oversized compared to the actual coin.
They're like little stick figure arms.
And that will be my turn.
Okay.
Alright, this vac.
I can actually just stay where he is.
Yeah, I think he'll take the dodge action as well, just to maintain position but not get minced.
Yep. That's his orders. Devin.
Okay.
And I gotta go
I am
now and
going-
deal with the dog.
I will cast Divine Favor. And then I'll start attacking this guy next to me. That is a dirty 20 to hit.
That will hit him.
Remember, everything that I get to add to my damage. I think that is everything. That'll be 18 damage. Combination of Radiant and Force.
Alright. And was the guy on your left, right?
Yes.
Yep, he has no special resistances.
Okay. And for my second attack, that's a 21 to hit.
Yep, that hits him again.
And that will be not as good, 12 damage.
Alright. Yeah. You still got him wounded.
And that will... also, I need him to make a Constitution saving throw. Keep forgetting I have this.
Alright. I think he's gonna fail that.
He is prone.
Yep. Alright.
I need to remember I have that.
Boom.
That will be my turn.
Alright. Catbeard.
He is going to help Rodolfo. And I think he's just going to use his attack. I don't think I want to do the special things yet, so I think he's just going to make 2 attacks.
Okay.
These are +7. So 14. Would a 14 hit?
A 14 does not hit.
So he whiffs on both of them. And I don't think he has any... I don't want to use this once a day thing. And I don't think I want to use his fit. Yeah, I'm just going to say it's probably... That's all I was going to do.
Alright. So it's the Aruk's turn then?
Yeah.
Okay. He's going to cast invisibility on the Onyek.
Oh no!
Interesting.
And is that gonna trigger your attack, Max?
Max is going to refrain from using his held action.
Okay.
Also, invisibility is a touch spell. Are they both on the statue? Or...
They're both on ground floor.
Behind it.
Okay.
Yep. And I mean, actually, I think he still kind of likes where he is. I think he'll go over here just to be a bit more safe. And then the one in the back, he's going to cast Sending. And we move on to Meowiardi's turn. And yeah. Thing is, no one's come out yet. I think he's gonna make his way over here into the bushes, and then he is going to take the hide action. Yeah. And okay, he succeeds So he is now both invisible and, for all intents and purposes, hidden. And we move on to Max's turn.
Max is going to go all the way to the top of this and use the search action to find Meowiardi.
All right, make a perception check.
Two cats chasing each other.
27.
That is not enough.
Oh
Okay.
boy.
Yeah.
Max is already hidden, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You haven't really done anything that would make me want to make you remake a stealth check or anything.
Alright. Holding position.
Okay. All right. I'll get queued up and our good friend the Onyak that is invisible. He's gonna come this way. And now that the lion isn't in his way anymore, he's gonna... Yeah, I think he's gonna shoot at Faris just because you're concentrating on a spell right now.
Fair enough. Fair.
Alright. So this first attack is gonna be at advantage. I'll roll it out in the open just in case a crit comes up. Oh, he's got a 4 on it.
Unless he has some ridiculous modifier that might not be hidden.
14.
Oh.
Exactly.
Well, let's pop a shield.
Alright. And he is no longer invisible, but he, yeah, seeing that it didn't work on you, he's instead going to turn his attention over to... Actually, does he have the range to hit our guys in the back here? 90 feet. Oh yeah, he's definitely got the range. So he's going to make one attack at each of the NPCs. That one's cocked. 18 and 17.
That both would hit.
All right.
Both would hit. I think Rodolfo will go for shield as well.
Okay, I was planning on this hitting Catbeard anyway. So that's gonna be... And then... That is 26 piercing damage to Catbeard.
He doesn't have like uncanny dodge or anything. Nope.
Nope.
Nope. Just...
Alright. And he used all his movement to get out in the open. Wait, no, never. He has bonus action shenanigan. He's gonna go back to where he was now. And then his buddy is gonna come out and he's gonna do the same thing, except this time he's going to be targeting the statue, Quin, and Devin. 13 against the statue.
Ping.
Okay. 16 against Quin. Ting again.
Boink.
28 against Devin.
Oh, of
Ugh.
course. This guy's hit pretty freaking hard. I think I'm gonna...
Yeah. Well, what are you gonna do?
I was gonna say, I'm gonna have Quinn use warding maneuver.
Yeah. I think that is a resource, but if you guys think it's worth it, kind of like a unanimous vote kind of thing.
Yeah. averting potentially 28 damage on Devin would be great.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
pretty good.
okay.
I'm just thinking if I should do Deceptive Rescue on Devin.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Oh.
you boosted up to 28, which still meets, but you still resist the damage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that was kind of what I was expecting.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you reduced it down